Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of the LegacyKnitz podcast. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
And we are both coming to you from the great state of Vermont this morning. I think it's still morning. Yes, it is. We are so excited to be back here, like so soon after the last time we recorded.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who are we?
You forgot the...
Oh my gosh. Oh, should we just redo it?
No.
No, I am the daughter, mother.
Mother, grandmother.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. I totally broke that flow.
It's all right. I'm just feeling like I'm such a grandmother this visit.
I know.
I'm a grandmother every visit.
Yeah, she's super fun now, though. I feel like she's so interactive and like...
So interactive. I just put her down for her nap. And she was like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Now, the first night, or the first day, we both put her down. And she cried, and I was like, she's remembering last time I was here, and she woke up and I wasn't here anymore. No, probably not.
No, probably, because she really doesn't do that. It's always like, just bye. See you later.
I know.
She's always ready for her nap.
So today she's like, she was like, I thought Grammy would get me up. That's why I was like, bye. Now I'm never doing that again.
I know.
She
learns the lesson the hard way.
I know. But I'm doing the quick day up, full day with Lily, and then half a day, go back home. It's perfect. I love it.
It's so fun.
If I am not looking forward to the drive.
Well, if you have something great to listen to, it'll help.
I do. Not great though. Like on the way up, I had Dax. I had not listened to. I wanted to hear Will Ferrell and then Aaron Lee, somebody who both of those were fantastic. Fantastic. And there's probably a couple more in there that I haven't heard, but I might do Fiber Talk.
That one sounds like a lot of fun.
It's just very inspiring for me. So we'll see. Or I might finish my book.
Do you have a book on tape?
From my book club on Sunday that I already read, so now I'm listening to The Magic Strings of Frankie Preston.
And what's it about? Is it a...
It's a good book. It's Mitch Albom.
Oh.
It's different from Mitch Albom, I thought. It's kind of the voice of musical talent. It's very interesting. It's a good story. I read it. Like, it's not one that I'm like, oh, I can't. Oh. We all know what's going on out there.
Oh, was it a big one? Giant squirrels. We also had Bunny, though, that was meandering back and forth. I'm hoping that the bunny makes...
That would make me happy.
Yeah, they're super cute. They're really interesting looking. They're very, like, marbly colored. Super pretty.
I think they're wild bunnies.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think they're eating my spinach, but we won't talk about it.
We won't talk about that. So quick visit up, but it's been packed full. Went to the yarn shop.
Yes, we went to Muscle of Yarn for the first time, and I couldn't believe when we talked about it, like, wow, it had been so long since
I
we went there.
haven't been in so long, and it was lovely. Miss Kelly wasn't there. We keep missing her because her day off is Tuesday, and that seems to be the day I come. I don't know why. I've kind of fallen into the Tuesday, Wednesday thing.
Yep.
So yeah, I had a nice dinner with Benny and Kristen last night and knit a bunch.
It was not. It's been nice and relaxing.
It's really relaxing. Like, it's gonna be hard to get back in the car, but I can do it. It's already packed.
It's already packed.
One bag.
Well, that's perfect for one night, one bag.
I have to pack all the yarn that you're looking at.
Yeah, you guys look at our setup today.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, but it's dangerous because if it's here, I'm gonna be like, why don't I just keep
it
all of it?
Keep it all. I know. I agree. I would feel the same way. Like, I'm so used to being around our yarn, and you're not. That makes a difference.
A huge difference. Like, there would be no yarn to sell if I had that much yarn.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and it also creates major cast-on-itis.
Totally.
Major.
I'm that part of the situation makes me grateful that I don't have it, because I would never finish anything. I would just constantly be being like, oh, I'll take this and I'll make a bird's with it. Yeah, I know, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, because I'm always anxious to go on to see what the next one will look like, and
well, that's half the fun of being a yarn dyer, I think, is seeing how the yarn knits up.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bit of a tangent. Let's talk about what I'm wearing.
Let's talk about what you're wearing.
Because I will forget, and
Yes.
that will go the entire thing. I am wearing my Soldotna crop by Boyland Knitworks, who's Caitlin Hunter. I never know whether she's Caitlin Hunter or Boyland Knitworks on Ravelry, so I say both just in case. But also I have active links in the down bar for our show notes. So if you like it and you want the pattern, down bar, active link. And I knit this out of all Legacy Fiber Arts yarn. I'll also link my project page so you can go and look at the details. It's all DK weight. It is like a crop. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see the whole thing. It's a crop
It's so
sweater.
you.
I love it. It's super comfy. I am gonna knit another one, which I'm super excited about. I know, because it was such a fast knit. It was maybe a couple of weeks.
Oh, you knit that in a week.
Yeah,
In a
it
week.
flies
It was
off your
so.
needles.
I want to knit it just for the process of knitting
The knit.
it.
I should just tell you what colors I want and tell you the size. And have
I'll
you-
make it.
But I love knitting.
I
it.
know,
That's the
I know, but
problem.
I would make it in a heartbeat.
No.
In a heartbeat.
So yes, the 4 colors that I chose were the navy blue is Believe. It's not even navy, it's much more than a navy blue, but just for the sake of
It's
explaining.
got a lot of great blues in there.
Yeah. And then Grey Gardens is the gray, the orangey tonal is Foxtails, and the kind of, I guess you'd call it speckly. I don't even consider that a speckle.
It's not really a speckle. Well, it's mostly
It's this.
it's
What you probably
Bluebells. It kind of fits in with our neutral line.
It's more of a neutral, but it's very multi-dimensional. But it's Bluebells, like Mom said.
Has a lot of dimension to it.
Yeah. And the best part about this knit, which I've talked about every time I talk about it, is that it doesn't require a ton of yarn. And of course it depends on the size, but even I find for the larger sizes, it's 6 skeins.
Yeah, it
For her
wasn't
larger.
And the sizes like span far.
Yes.
And it's really
Yeah, it's like extra small to medium is 1 skein of each colorway. And then the large to, I don't honestly know how far it goes up, but all of those are just 2 skeins of 2 of the colors and 1 skein
each.
of the other colors.
Yeah.
So it's relatively affordable if you're looking to use indie dyed yarn. It's incredibly affordable, I think, as far as yardage if you're going to use like a big box or like a Malabrigo or something. Although Malabrigo isn't super cheap.
No, it can be up there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a fantastic knit. I couldn't recommend it more. And we also have been having a lot of fun with people emailing us asking for custom combinations. So we've been really playing.
We've done a lot of those.
We've been playing a lot with those colors. So, and we have 2 new colorways, which honestly, oh my God, Mom, like duh, like Soldotna plus 1. Maybe that yellow. That's a Soldotna right there. These are our conversations. They're constantly surrounding the color combinations.
Yeah.
So good. But so yeah, that's what I'm wearing today.
Yes, and I am wearing possibly the same shirt I had on last time. It's an LL Bean flannel.
Ooh.
It's a longer flannel.
Like a
So
tunic?
like a
Of
tunic.
sorts.
As it stands, you can see. No, is this an LL Bean one?
I don't think so. I think that was Poles.
No,
That is LL Bean.
I think it's LL Bean. And it's a little longer so you can wear your leggings with it. Not many people talk about the fashions they're wearing if they're not knit, but I felt it was appropriate since it's a good chance it's the same thing as last time. I basically just repack when I get home. I wash and repack, so I always have a bag ready to
I
go.
think it's fine.
I'm okay with it. It's all
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I wear the same 2 outfits all week long. Inevitably.
We are not fashionistas.
No.
Darn it.
No, if it weren't for knitwear, I wouldn't
No.
wear anything.
I would
fashion.
like to be. It's not my skill set.
It can
It
be
is
my
yours.
skill set if I want to look nice. There are just so few occasions where I feel that I want to look nice.
I enjoy going shopping with you. First of all, I enjoy going shopping. It's not a statement I ever make.
Same.
Because I'm not a shopper.
But we both aren't, which makes it
Yes, so we're
productive.
both kind of the same as far as we don't want to lollygag around. We don't want, is that a word, lollygag around?
totally.
We don't want to, like, we just want to get down to business and get it over
The
with.
only time I'm motivated to go to a store is if I know exactly what I'm looking for. And like sometimes I'll have to try on 3 different types of whatever I'm looking for, but the second I find the one that fits the way I want it, I'm out the door.
Yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
not like, oh wait, look at those over there.
Oh no, I'm not, like, choices don't do anything for me. Like, no.
But
But
put blinders on.
But I do really like going with you. I think we did the wedding shop. Did we do the wedding shopping together for my clothes?
I feel like we do, yes. I think we do a lot of shopping together when well, especially because I was home all the time at that point.
Yes, because, oh, I dropped a stick. I didn't drop it, I just have to read. I value, like I trust when you say yes or no.
Totally.
So
I think that is a really good thing to have when you're shopping.
Me too, because sometimes I'm just not in the mood and it could be really nice, or it's just too quick of a look for me. So I'm like, nah. And then if I had sat with it longer, I would have liked it more. Totally. This is not a shopping channel, but
these are the tangent conversations that we have, which leads me to another part of the intro that I forgot to do. Welcome to all new viewers. We are so happy to have you here. And welcome back to all of our returning viewers. We are also so happy to see you.
Yes.
I always forget to do that, and I always feel so badly by the end of it, but
I hope everyone here knows how much we appreciate them.
Yes, and welcome them with open arms.
Always.
So should we talk about, I don't know.
I'm trying to see where the flow is going, and I can't make up my mind.
Well, so we're both in knitting, but we haven't spoken about what we're knitting on.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we want to go straight into projects, but I feel like it's probably a good segue.
I feel like it's a good thing because we do have a lot.
We have a decent amount to show,
Okay, let's get into our knitting.
Yeah, do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Where are you? Are you at a...
Well, I'm short rowing, so I'm never going to be at the end.
Okay, so you go first, because I'm going to get to the end of my row.
Perfect. So I am knitting another Caitlin Hunter / Boyland Knitworks pattern. It's called the Marettimo, and it is another t-shirt knit. It's more of a full-length t-shirt knit. It's not a crop by any means. The sleeves are a little bit longer. The body of the sweater goes down to, I think, below your hips. It's going to be very hard to show because I have half of the stitches on waist yarn and half of them I'm doing short rows, but I'll do my best.
That's where I was with this last night.
Which I kind of was hoping I'd be able to get through them, but it didn't work out. So here it is. There's this beautiful feather and fan pattern at the bottom, which is very hard to really see right now.
So pretty. I think it's showing up pretty good.
I think so. Yeah, the colors are definitely showing up true. So I'm using, the body is Pocket Full of Posies, which is this beautiful green and blue speckled skein. And then the darker yellow down here is Wedding Cake. It's one of a kind wedding cake.
Yes, which I have talked about, and yes, I am going to dye it, and people gave us such great names to name it.
Yes.
And like one was something about like on your first anniversary.
That's the exact same one I was thinking of too.
And that's what I really like.
We'll have to go back in the YouTube comments.
Maybe we'll call it first anniversary or 1 year down or something clever. But that there was so many good ones. We had so many good comments last time, and you guys, we read them all.
Yes, I'm so bad at responding to YouTube comments because we have so many different social media outlets where there are comments to be responded to. So I try my best to do as many as I can. YouTube tends to get away from me, so I apologize for not responding to all of them.
But we read them all.
We
try to answer if it's a direct question. But we probably have to sneak over there and just see if there was any direct questions to be sure. We actually should have done that before we came on so we could answer them. Maybe we'll answer all YouTube comments next time.
Yeah, we'll write them down.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for all the name suggestions for this one of a kind. We will be re-releasing it in a form when you dye it again, and we'll introduce the actual name of it.
Yeah, because I love Wedding Cake. I love Wedding Cake. But that would go with, it's such a natural fade, and it was a mistake. Yeah. But you've grabbed so many of those one-of-a-kinds and love them and use them. So I feel like that was a one-of-a-kind that I should go back and really...
Yeah, I really love it. I actually kind of want to incorporate the one-of-a-kind colorway into what you're knitting with like whatever palette I end up choosing. I would love to have this golden yellow in there.
It's golden.
It is. It's gorgeous.
It is.
And then the center of the feather and fan pattern is the Wedding Cake. So it has a nice subtle contrast, but enough so that there is a distinct line around the feather and fan pattern. I just recently purchased myself a pair of mustard linen pants from Old Navy, and I was wearing them yesterday as I was knitting on this, and I think it's going to be like the perfect outfit
beyond
Yeah, I think it's going to be
perfect.
really cute.
Beyond. It is, I love those. Did they have other colors?
Yes. It took everything in me not to buy 3 pairs.
Why didn't we go yesterday? I don't know. I was not thinking there was more options.
Yeah, oh yeah, they had like an army green, which I could see you in. I know.
I love the yellow too, but I feel like they're so great on you. Like I just feel like it's your
at all.
I know. I feel like it's kind of your color.
Oh, it doesn't matter. And they had like really nice striped ones where it was like natural and like a real dusty red striped. I know.
Now
I mean,
I'm so mad.
you can always go on your way out. It's right next to the highway.
Well, we have one at home.
That's true. Or even online.
Yeah. Sorry again. We're up
They're
to fashion.
great pants. I know.
We
what is
must be
happening?
aching to be fashionistas.
I guess so. It's coming out today.
I love, like you, linen. I love for the summer. It's just
so comfortable.
To me, it's like just a classy summer look.
Well, and it's like wearing pajamas.
Exactly. I have a black and a tan pair of linen that I had gotten when I had another time I had copied you, and I loved them.
The only thing with those, the waistband did stretch out on me.
I
And when
totally
I walked,
agree.
they'd fall, even if I had nothing in my pockets.
I totally agree.
And it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
These ones don't do that.
Well, those were such
They were elastic. Like I wore them when I was
they
pregnant.
were nylon, like not,
Yes.
yeah, stretchy, whatever.
It was like spandex, but it wasn't like good. It wasn't sturdy spandex. It was like still very stretchable.
yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry, we're back.
linen pants, guys. Who knew? So yeah, I'm knitting. I believe I'm definitely knitting a size medium. I'm using size 7 needles, which I think is a needle size. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm knitting with size 4 needles, which is a size up from what it calls
3.
for. Yes, exactly. It calls for 3s. And
You're getting a lovely fabric.
a lovely fabric. I really, really like it. It's gonna only need a light blocking. I mean, the feather and fan will definitely need a thorough blocking. But the body itself, I will not need to stretch too much. I think the length is at a really nice spot. I really like it. But last
so cute.
night I was knitting, even with these pants it'd be great.
Oh yeah.
With the navy, it would pull it out. I was knitting last night and I had been knitting on this one flap. So I'm on the front right now, it splits. For so long that I had lost track of how long it was supposed to be. And it was only supposed to be 5.5 inches and I accidentally knit 6. So,
Which for me, well, we'll talk about it on this sweater. For me, that would have been a good thing to have a deeper arm because my arms are heavier, but yours aren't.
I think it'll be okay though. I do love the look of a really like drapey, comfortable. So if the sleeves are a little bit longer, I don't think that's gonna bother. Or wider, I don't think that will bother me. So that's my project that I'm knitting on right now. I'm trying to get through the short row shaping of the top. And then I have a feeling I'll bind off and then I'll do the exact same thing on the back side. It's a great pattern. It was very intuitive. If you are intimidated by lace work, because I am not a lace work knitter at all, it intimidates the crap out of me because I always mess up without fail.
Feather and fan should be everybody's first lace work.
Yep.
It's so intuitive. It makes complete sense. It's sectioned off so that you could have markers.
That's what I was going to say. So she, even in her instructions, tells you use the markers. Here are the amount of stitches between each marker. So you're gonna have a whole bunch of markers around, but it is so helpful. I did not question one stitch in that entire motif.
And honestly, I think a Netanya, which is different, I use the markers in between each. And even in that, because it turns it into mindless.
Totally.
If you have those markers, I have done so much feather and fan in my lifetime because in my prayer shawl group,
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, that's one of my go-to when I want to get one whipped off really quick and I don't want to think about it, but yet it's really pretty.
That was my wedding prayer shawl that you knit for me.
Is it? Yeah, oh, that was
It's all
one of
feather
my
and fan.
favorite.
I still sleep with it.
I know. I love that you use that.
I love it.
We do them for the brides in our church. And I find it a little overwhelming because I would never want a bride to feel like they had to use it on their wedding day. For me,
Oh yeah, no.
because we only do white. I did yours a little different because I knew it was for you and I wanted, but we typically do white, but I would hate for them to feel that expectation of having it. So I struggle a little with it.
That's interesting. And see, that didn't even cross my mind.
So maybe that's just me.
Yeah, like for me, it was just like, oh, what a nice gift. And like I wrapped it around my shoulders the night before, like I slept with it the night before. Like that's kind of how I took it to be like.
Yeah, for me, it's just I think they're so appropriate in marriages because you have times when you struggle and that's your comfort. Or times when times are good, that's your comfort. You're having a baby, you know, so I love the theory behind it all. I just would feel terrible if I gave one to someone and they thought, oh, she's going to be hurt.
Has anybody, because you get them the night of the rehearsal dinner.
I don't know if anyone's ever.
I was going to say, has anybody ever taken it and worn it?
I don't know.
That would be interesting to know.
I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I love them, and I love that brides get them. I think they're so powerful.
Yeah, I really love mine.
So yeah.
But it's all feather and fan, so you've definitely had a lot of practice in feather and fan.
Yes, and I've made a lot of that same pattern because they go fast.
And they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And Lily loves it too. Oh my gosh, when she plays on the bed, it's the first thing she pulls out and she like wraps it around herself or she like flings herself backwards.
She is a hoot.
She is a hoot.
She's a hoot. I'm almost to the end of my rope. So close.
Wait until you guys see this. This, I think it's the favorite knit that I've ever seen you make.
Really?
I think it's because of the color combination. I think it sings.
I think well, I've talked about this many times, but probably not here in a long time. As an artist, you know when something works because like I actually have a click that goes off.
Like,
and
okay.
This is the click for sure. When I did it, it's like it is spot on. So it is my Navelli. This is the back.
Look at that.
I love it. And you know what? I totally love the knit because I got really bored with stockinette. And then you go to your ribbing short rows. And then you have your color work. Like it has so many...
like design elements.
Yeah, it really does. It has 3 design elements. And then the sleeves are going to be... I mean, they're going to be the same, but then it's a sleeve, so that's different. And
now, are there actual applied sleeves on there, or is it just okay?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick up.
Gotcha.
And so what I did is I actually, you know me, I made my 2 extra large, and then, but I've talked about it before. My upper arms are heavier, and I really don't like anything tight on them. And so what I did is when it came to measuring for the armhole, I think I was supposed to do 7 in my size, but the next size up was
7 inches.
7 inches was 8 1/4. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that because I think it's going to make a difference.
Totally.
So yeah, so back is done. Just picked up for the front, or put it back on. Didn't pick up, put it back on. Mindless knitting. I wish I had one of those cars
that drove themselves.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who has one.
What?
Yeah.
They have a self-driving car.
They have a, what are they called?
Tesla?
Tesla.
They have a Tesla?
They have a Tesla.
What?
And I was like, can I take it to Vermont? Which I would never. I'd be so afraid of it.
Oh my
but
God.
literally you don't, like she said, it's amazing. It's amazing.
That is, so they just sit there.
I mean, you still have to, there's a little, but you really just sit there. Because I was like, could I knit? And she was like, oh yeah.
But yes, you were saying you'd get so much knitting.
I would get so much knitting done. But the good part is I'm back to just knitting and purling. Ooh, oh no. Knitting and purling, so it's good. I'm thinking, I always try to think of like, do I have any big car rides that I don't have to drive? But I feel like this weekend,
yeah,
I should be able to get a bunch of it done. I'm really anxious to get this done and blocked and see how I like it on. I'm not having my heart set on that I'm gonna love it on my body. That way I won't be disappointed. But if I love it, it's going to be packed for our trip this summer. I'm gonna live in it if I love it. And I'm hoping I do, but again, it's really not my...
It wouldn't be your style choice if you were to be...
No. So I think I will be pleasantly surprised if I like it on.
Right.
And I'm hoping I do. I'm really hoping I do because I love it. But other than that, it's a great example of beautiful combinations of colors. So it's Tuxedo is the burgundy color, Peaches and Cream, and then Macaroon, which just complements it so much.
Perfection.
And it's it gives the sweater dimension because it's not just a flat color.
Totally.
But it's subtle enough where it's not, I don't feel like I worked with a heavily speckled, massive, like it's subtle. So I really, really love it.
I do too.
And I've totally enjoyed the knit.
And how did you knit around and around?
Oh,
You got it.
I got it. The
Helical or helix knitting.
knitting is so easy. It's just so funny how easy it is. And now, because I was getting really discouraged with knitting sweaters in the round. I was getting really, with hand-dyed yarn. I was getting so discouraged by it because I wasn't enjoying it. I didn't like the line. I didn't like how it would fall. Even though I tried to put it in the perfect spot, it still nagged at me. It just nagged at me. Now I embrace any sweater knit in the round and look forward to it. And
and a lot of people asked, I think it was our last YouTube video, which knitting tutorial video I referenced when I was talking about it. And I'll put the link down in the down bar for these show notes. I ended up adding it after the fact, but I feel like a lot of people might have missed it. But it's called the Jogless Join tutorial, and it's by Grace of Babel's Traveling Yarn. So, but again, it'll be in the down bar.
And my tutorial was Chelsea. It was so helpful because you told me in 1 second.
Totally.
And I got it.
It's hard though, because like to do a tutorial video, to be able to Grace did it perfectly. It speaks to my absolute impatience of learning. It really, I'm just like, just tell me how to do it. Right.
Like no words in between. And it's not good because those words are important. But I knew you could decipher through it for me and just tell me the words I needed.
Totally.
So I am in love with the process of doing it, and now I really was getting to the point of, is that done in the round? Is that done in the round? And now I embrace it. So I'm super happy.
Yeah.
And it's flawless.
It is flawless. That's why I was like looking at it and I was like, wow, you just cannot even tell that you've been alternating skeins.
No, and it makes it easier to say you really need to alternate skeins when you buy hand-dyed yarn.
I was just gonna say that. Like, it is always a recommendation whether you do helical knitting or not.
It's just for your satisfaction. And I know I played that game a couple times, and I always, like, first of all, and I think the Nice and Knit girls talked about this. First of all, I'd be stressed the whole time I was knitting it, thinking, is it, isn't it, should I, shouldn't I?
Totally.
And then I would get done and I could see that line and I would be disappointed.
Totally.
I would be disappointed. And I work really hard when we send off multiple skeins of yarn to pick. Like, it's funny, Dad said the other day as I was hand picking, I brought them upstairs. And I was like, no, this one and that one go best.
Yeah.
And he was like, do you tell them you hand pick? And I'm like, no, it's obvious. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you do.
So, and I do dye a certain amount at a time, but you can't
independently dyed. It's an artist's work. It's not as precise as a machine, which is what makes it so beautiful.
Yeah, it's what makes it beautiful. So I remember when they were talking about it, I was like, oh, you're so right. Like, just do it. Just bite the bullet and do it. And then on top of it, if you learn this technique, it's a game changer.
It's just fun. I think it adds an entirely different element to the knitting process.
I can't wait to get to it. It's like, oh, I'm there.
Me too.
Me
too. It's super cool. Yeah. So definitely highly recommend it for anybody that knits garments, especially in the round. Yeah, it's great. Grace did such a wonderful job.
Thank you, Grace.
Yes, thank you, Grace, for doing that work for us.
What else are you working on?
Well, I have an FO.
Oh, I'm working on something else.
So I also have, should I show this one?
Yeah, do that one.
I actually do have a pair of socks as well. So let's start with this though, because this is something that most of you, if you've watched the podcast in the past, know about. It is my Find Your Fade, Comfort Fade Cardi. I always get the fade names confused. It's my Comfort Fade Cardi by Andrea Mowry. For any of you that have watched this podcast in the past, you will know that I've had so many issues with the cowl
The shawl collar.
The shawl collar, thank you. The shawl collar, as far as like picking up the stitches, and then my short rows were off, and it's just been a wild ride. And I was to the point of just saying, screw it, either I'm gonna wear it with no collar, or I was just done. But the other day I was on my Patreon live chat, and someone asked about it. I can't remember who it was, but someone asked about it, and I was like, you know what, it's sitting right here, I'll show it to you. And I was showing it to them, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna rip out the collar right now while I'm chatting to you.
Oh, good for you.
So I was sitting there chatting with them, just pulling it all apart.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. And so I'm very grateful for them, because they motivated me in that moment to take the bull by the horns and tear it out.
And you had to. That sweater is to die for.
It's probably one of my most favorite knits of all time. And the fact that I got so stuck at the end, oh, it grinds my gears. But it's my own fault. It's a difficult thing to do, and I just wasn't in the right headspace every single time. And anyway, so this morning, Mom grabbed it off of my desk, and she spent 25 minutes, half hour?
Yeah.
Half hour picking up the correct number of stitches. Now, I need you all to pray for me that I don't mess this up.
We all know you have way more important prayers. Make it at the end.
But if it could just be like a little afterthought.
Just thinking of Chelsea.
Yeah, just a little.
And her sweater.
And her sweater.
And please let her get through that collar.
Please just let the short rows work. So now I have the immense task of tackling it once again.
You're going to be fine.
I'm going to take so much time and consideration into this.
Well, the first part is just knit for quite a while,
yes.
Right?
So it's when I get to the short rows, I'm going to literally, it's going to be one of those things where when Justin gets home and he takes Lily,
yes,
I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to close the door, I'm going to put on a little classical music.
That'll help. I'm starving.
And I'm going to zero in. So I'm going to show the project for anybody that is new, or for anybody that forgets what it looks like. It's going to be a little bit hard because the collar stitches are on
it's delicious.
A needle. But yeah, it really is. It's such a gorgeous knit, and I love the colors. Truly, this is will be my favorite hand knit to wear.
That is a huge piece of our romance collection.
Yes.
And I will tell you, I'm not a huge yellow girl, but this is so dreamy because it's this beautiful buttery. It's hard to show up. I wonder if I go.
Well, I also have a project page. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That I will link again in the down bar. But it fades from buttercream frosting at the top into wedding cake, into antique lace, into worn leather. And do you want to know what? I was never a yellow person either. When I stopped highlighting my hair and I took on my natural color, I think it complements me a little bit better with dark hair.
Yes, I would agree with you.
So I've kind of like found a new love for yellow, because I do think it's an easier thing for me to wear now. I think with blonde hair it's tricky.
I do too. But you know what I think I love about it is I feel like it's very unique.
It is, for sure.
I really do feel like it's very unique.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of that. I love it. I love it.
Me too. This was another pattern that we got a lot of emails asking for a color combination.
Yes.
And we have so
when we did the Must Love Yarn Retreat, we helped a lot of people put together the comfort fades.
It's a quick knit too, because it's DK weight yarn. So I don't know, this one flew off my needles, and I love I say this every time, my favorite feature about this so far, I obviously haven't gotten through the collar, but is the garter cuffs. I think it's such a cool, cozy look.
And you know what? I didn't like them. So remember, so I'm like, I'm putting a regular 2x2 rib, and now I regret it.
Well, but you know what? You have said that you want to knit another one.
I do.
Anyway.
Because I love mine. Mine is all elephant ears, and it's super pretty. Like, you wear it when you come home a lot.
Yeah.
It's super cozy sweater.
It's so cozy.
But I really want a fade one. And I'm not, when I say that, I'm really shocked, because I'm not a huge, like, fader, like, oh, everything's a fade. I'm kind of selective with my fades.
I could see you though in a really beautiful like blue fade. You know what I mean? Like, not obviously not these exact colors, but like Even like what Becky knit, I thought was beautiful.
Becky, which one did
She knit it for Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Oh,
she won her prize.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Becky.
Hers to me. Oh,
I hope you're knitting, Becky.
It just blew me away. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, great project. Again, project page will be in the down bar for show notes. But I wanted to reassure you guys that I haven't given up, even though I was tempted to give up so many times.
Oh, I think when you start even just doing the knitting, like
I'm gonna be, but that's the problem is I got into such a good groove the last time I picked it up, so I was like, I have the right number of stitches, now I just work even. And then the second I started with the short rows, I was like, this is wrong again. How is this wrong again?
Well, keep double checking yourself.
I'm going, well, like I said, once I'm done with the even work, I am going to spend so much time. Because I just started relying on the written instructions, and I just did what it said instead of looking at my knitting to make sure that I was
and you have to do that.
You do.
You do. All right, I had to cast on something new. This, I don't know why this pattern has been calling my name and calling my name and calling my name, because I'm really not into a lot of shawl knitting, although the meandering is going on my needles.
I'm gonna go grab it. Keep talking about this, but I'll show the meandering is such a fun knit.
So I'm in my basket from Molly. Thank you, Molly.
I should show you mine.
Chelsea has one too. So I have been dying to cast on,
No, you're fine.
the Birds of a Feather. There is something about, and I think it reminds me of my Elton. I love working with mohair alone with a beautiful skein of Cozy Toes. That combination for me is amazing.
Well, because you've got the cashmere and you've got the mohair, so the softness factor is through the roof.
Yes, and I will say, I did drop a stitch here that I have to pick up. I will say, it's hard to know back from front. Okay, I will say that the mohair is fussy, no question. And I get to a point where I'm like, oh, but I love the results so much. So what I do, like right now I was working on mohair. I was working on it when I got here, and I immediately put it down. It's not something, because I also had the decrease in the middle that I'm working on.
It's not a talk and knit project.
It's really not, because you forget, like, because mohair is harder to, so we're back. It's a little technical issue. So my Birds of a Feather, using our new Hydrangea.
Yes.
Hydrangea.
I'm obsessed. Don't even get me started.
And then our Bluebells. And honestly, as I'm working on this, I'm really enjoying the knit. I mean, it's good. Like, I'm just about done with the mohair again, so I'll go back to the Bluebells and it'll fly.
That's the best part about using two textures or two colors or two anything. It keeps you motivated.
It keeps you motivated. So I love it, but it's also making me want to make another Elton. I'm obsessed with the Elton.
I know. Well, the first one you made was so beautiful.
I know, I should wear it. I never wear it.
And this is the perfect
time. I feel like on a summer night I would wear it, and for that I used Edward and silver lining, and it's beautiful.
So delicate.
It's beautiful. So yeah, oh my gosh, Birds of a Feather. I don't know why, I had to have it. I kept trying to talk myself out of it for a very long time. And then when Hydrangea came up, I was like, nope, I'm making it.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for the two colorways that we released for
forever.
So long. Like, it's always my request whenever we're thinking of like, oh, new colorways. I'm like, we could use a brown. And I love, because you used it for a mini for one of our sets, for the Bluebells sock set, right? Isn't that when you first...
I use the
Hydrangea.
Yes, and you've been asking me since then to do it. We actually have some really good, I call them tonals because they're really not solids. It's impossible to do a solid as an indie dyer. It's near impossible.
It's tough.
So I call them tonals, and there's a bunch I'm going to be doing up. At Rhinebeck we will have probably 2 walls of them.
Well, just because they're so functional, like color work, sweaters quantities. Like,
yes, and they look so beautiful with a pop of a speckle if you don't want all speckles. And that's kind of the look I like right now. Is I still love a good speckle, but I don't want it to be everything.
Right.
I just want it to be part. So yeah, so I'm super excited about that.
It's gorgeous.
Which will help me to talk about, I have to talk about it. It's really, it's probably not fair because there's none left.
What?
The advent calendar.
Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous, you guys. They're stunning.
I'm so happy with them. I'm so happy with them because they're so intentionally dyed. It's been easier at some points and harder at other points.
Totally.
But oh my gosh. And honestly, I have been thinking, and I'm not guaranteeing it yet, it depends on my schedule this summer, is I might be able to devote like 2 weeks and do 20 more. I might. I'm not promising yet. I'd like to think I could. They're all written down. I'm not promising it, but it's in my mind as a possibility.
Totally.
But I am so
When you sent me that picture of them all lined up, my first instinct was like, I have to show everybody this.
I know, and
I was like, oh my God, I can't show anybody this.
I am dying. That's exactly what I want to do. It's like, oh my gosh. So anyways, that's just, I'm sorry for anyone that didn't get it. It's kind of a tease, but it's to get anybody, I mean, a lot of people got them.
Yeah,
it's to help you get super excited. We sold a lot. Yeah, we did. So I just want everyone that ordered it to be super excited about it and pick out your patterns if you're choosing to use them that way.
Yes. Because we will be doing it at like I said, I think last time I'll be releasing a big newsletter regarding it. We'll talk much more about it as Christmas, the holiday season, I should say, not just Christmas, approaches. So get excited, you guys. I'm psyched. I think I'm gonna do a cowl. I know I'm gonna do a cowl.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's what you said. I'm so excited. So that's it for my knitting.
Love it. So I just have one FO, and then I just want to show the yarn for my next project.
Yes, and then I feel like we're gonna show some. I feel like this is more for people that are interested in what's in the shop, the last part.
Yeah, which it typically is when we do that. So I have been knitting Lily a flax light so that I can tuck it away in her closet for the fall and winter season. And I finished last night. I still have to weave in the ends, obviously, and block in everything.
I feel like you need to hire a professional needle weaver in her.
You think so?
Just because you don't like doing it. I hate doing it.
But you know what? When it comes to like this right now, I'm so motivated to have like a pile in her closet just sitting there that I will do this. And especially because this is small.
I feel like you have to get a beautiful basket and have the pot, although you don't want the sun to hit them all the time because they fade.
Oh, on her dresser.
Just because it's going to be so beautiful.
I know. They will fade though.
They will.
But I could even do it like maybe under her changing table or something.
Yeah, somewhere I want to be able to see it.
I know. It's going to be gorgeous. I have so many fun patterns in mind. So my flax light, I got it off the needles last night.
So sweet.
I knit it in our Lulu colorway, which I have not.
What did you say that name was?
Lulu.
Perfect, guys. You're brilliant.
Yeah, your suggestion was
brilliant.
Fantastic. So
there was a lot of good ones, but that one.
Yeah.
Now tell everyone who Lulu is.
So Lulu, so we have a colorway that came out originally in our Men of Stars Hollow yarn line called Kirk, which it might be getting a little bit blown out now.
Kirk is one of our most popular colorways.
Yes, it's very speckled, it's very vibrant, and it's very reminiscent of the yarn that I dyed for Lily's sweater. Ooh, that's good. Let's see. I think that might do it. But because I have a whole different set of dyes in my dye studio, it looks similar but not the same. It's a little bit more subdued.
It just reminds you of it.
Totally.
It's got purples. The Kirk. Oh, that was a really weird sound. Kirk doesn't have purple. It's got a few different colors. It's definitely different. It has a little more of a greener undertone.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you guys were fabulous, and you were like, well, if it reminds you of Kirk, why not name it Lulu? Because Lulu is his girlfriend in the show Gilmore Girls. So I loved it. It will be eventually in our shop. I'm hoping I'll be able to dye a few skeins sometime soon, just a few, not too many, but so yeah, I finished it. I knit her the size 2 to 4. It's a TinCanKnits pattern, so you get the run of the gamut. You get 0 to like
everything.
Everything. They have a
Triple, extra
gajillion
large. They have
sizes.
so many sizes. They're brilliant.
They are. They're
Brilliant.
fabulous patterns to invest in. But I did, one thing I wanted to note is that I did do the super stretchy bind off for the bottom.
I've never done that.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Never done it. Don't even know how.
And for the sleeves, just because I always, did I do it for, no, the neck was the cast on edge, but it's a nice wide neck and it has a lot of give to it.
There is a super stretchy cast on too,
I know,
isn't
and
there?
you want to know what? I've watched the video so many times.
You don't.
I don't get it. I don't care to get it.
I know.
Someday I might take the time, but like it is just, it looks so complicated.
Okay, so this is true confessions
Oh, gosh.
here. Boy, I've been doing a lot of that
I know,
today.
it's good. Get it all out.
The only cast on I know, I don't even know the name of it. Darn it. Cable cast on.
Is that what it's called?
Hmm?
Where you like put the needle in and you like, you still haven't done the long tail?
Don't know.
Oh, I thought
This
we did
is
that at
true
one point.
confession, and I probably shouldn't be boasting about this, but I've been knitting for so long, and that is always. And Andy used to be like, how do you do that on socks and you get them on your feet? I said, I don't know, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I do.
That was how I learned.
I know.
But then I
that's
learned-
all I know.
Yeah, but then I learned the long tail and it's just, it's fast.
I know.
Yeah. But
I
I mean,
know.
if it works.
I know, but it is, again, one of those things, like, I don't want my brain to shut down to learning.
Totally.
So I should challenge myself to learn the long tail cast on.
You'll get it.
Next time you're done,
I was
please
going to
show
say,
me.
I can do that. We can sit down and do it.
It's just, there's so many, it's like a spider's web.
It looks like that. It's not.
I think I know how to do it, but I think I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
We'll deal with it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll teach you.
It's okay, it is what it is.
And that's my FO. I do have a pair of socks that I'm working on. Should I show them quickly?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm
Since
knitting a
we
pair
are
of
knitting
socks
podcast.
out of my muscle yarn, a homespun house yarn.
Oh, I love these socks.
I
Yes.
know.
Oh, you make me want to make these.
It's a beautiful sock.
It's a gorgeous sock. It's one of my favorites, and I've totally forgotten not how to, but about them.
Yeah.
But you know what I've been knitting? Oh my gosh. And it's on your mermaid tail. It's been sitting by the side of the bed in a project, in a project bag, and I'm using Addie flips,
Oh yeah.
and which I enjoy. I enjoy them, and I am doing a monkey sock, and I want to do a monkey sock in this color.
Tiptoe, the big gorgeous.
You guys, Cookie A monkey sock. It was a Knitty pattern, which is a free publication. I'm pretty sure it's still out there. You just do Google Knitty or Google Knitty monkey sock and it'll come up. It is also on Ravelry, and I want to say it could be paid for because she did a few tweaks. Honestly, I like the free pattern better because I love Cookie A's, but I love them. But she's so complicated. Like I always have to break her socks down to make sense to me. And they're her designs are brilliant. She's I think my favorite sock designer. They're brilliant, but her patterns I have to really wade through to get to what I need. So I appreciate that free version because it's very basic. It is my favorite sock. It's magical because it knits up so fast.
I know, and
Sorry.
you've recommended it to me so many times, and I just haven't got it in me.
I have to sit with you because there's a couple tricks that make it mindless. That I've made 100 million pairs.
I know,
and that's why.
I feel like those were my birthday socks. Those were my Christmas socks, and I
Always.
loved wearing them.
It was
too.
my favorite pattern. I have it memorized.
Yeah, I need to, and that's how I'm like with this pattern.
Okay, go ahead. I totally derailed.
Oh, it's totally fine.
But I love that.
So this, like I was saying, it's a homespun house yarn. Molly sent this to me. It was so sweet. It like brightened my day. It is her gold stellina base, and it is her Fruit Loops colorway.
I didn't know it had gold stellina.
It's a very subtle
yeah.
stellina, like very subtle. But when you see it, it's so magical.
So
She always says that about her stellina base too, and it really is magical.
It's magical.
It's magical. So it's her Fruit Loops colorway. It's her, I actually don't know which base it's on. I don't think I have the thing anymore. But it's just her, I just said it's her stellina sock base.
It's okay. The two of us together yesterday were just dangerous.
It was tragic. Really, really dangerous, actually. So I decided to cast on the blueberry waffle socks. which is a great textured pattern.
What size needles?
US ones.
Ones.
Yeah,
Is that your typical?
Yeah.
Wow, you keep going down and down and down.
No.
Have you always been
I've
ones?
always been ones. I went from 2s to 1s.
See, I went from 2s to 1.5s. US 1.5.
Yeah. No.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. I did a 1x1 rib at the top. I just really like the look of a 1x1 rib. It just holds a little bit tighter for me. Excuse me. Seltzer is not a good choice while you're podcasting.
Right.
I did a drop heel, or a heel flap and gusset, for anybody that doesn't know what a drop heel is.
So pretty and fun.
Thanks. It's a super, like Mom said, like you can memorize the pattern super easy, but it gives you this beautiful texture that holds your leg really well, which is why I love this pattern so much. They always really stay snug on my feet. So yeah, that's the other whip. This is kind of like my, if I don't have energy to knit on anything else, I pick this up and I get a few repeats in, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm missing my socks lately. I have to say I'm sort of starting to crave them again. So I will start picking them up. But I have to make Lily some socks. She desperately needs a bunch of socks from Grammy.
Yes, I told you this yesterday, but all of the mini socks that I knit for my mini sock garland for Christmas, I put them all in her like little fabric drawers that she has all of her toys in. And her newest thing over these last couple of days is taking them out and giving them to me and like showing me her feet. So I try to put them on her feet, but they're too small now. Like they go the entire sock, so the foot, the leg, the heel is the entire length of her foot. So it basically fits like a little ped.
Used to be peds.
Ped sock, like a little tiny sock. So they're super slippery, but I think she does need a couple pairs that
She
fit
does.
her.
I wonder if we could get some little tiny rubber something to stick on the bottom of them.
I know. We'll definitely solve that problem.
Yeah.
But,
Or slippers.
or slippers. I'll find her a little pair.
Or you could just use them when she's going out, like, because they're super warm, like in her shoes.
Yeah, especially with her little Mary Janes. Although I don't know that we'll wear those in the winter, but maybe.
Yeah, it's okay. They're perfect.
Should I just show my color palette that I chose for my
Okay,
shift?
let's talk about the shift.
I'm gonna knit the shift, which is the cowl by Andrea Mowry. We have like the same two designers that we knit over and over. Andrea Mowry and Caitlin Hunter.
Yeah, we both are right now. That is
Yeah.
so funny. Okay, we want to know, what is the Rhinebeck sweater going to be this year?
Yeah, because we want to start knitting one.
Yeah, if anyone has the inner...
Because last year was the throwback. I felt like the throwback
It was
a
the
big
throwback,
one.
It was the Tecumseh.
The Tecumseh was another big one, yep.
Yeah, so you guys, anybody that knows, tell us.
You're like, oh, this is going to be the upcoming sweater.
Yeah, this is it.
We
This is
want to
it.
knit one.
Although that gray sweater you want to make.
Oh, I know, Grace by Denise Bayron.
Yeah.
Byron or Bayron, which is we got the Lane magazine yesterday at Must Love Yarn, which you guys go pick it up. It's beautiful. It has so much on inclusion in the knitting community, and the patterns are out of this world. Amazing.
Somebody knit the Grace, and it was going to be at a Spas Tricot, but it looked like she knit it longer.
Oh,
it didn't look super cropped. I could be just not reading it right.
Yeah, I don't know.
But oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
It was
Beautiful.
so we went to go pick it up, and I had said to Mom, like, I looked it up online. I was like, it's like a $30 magazine. We picked it up, and we were like, well, yes, of course, it's a $30 magazine.
It's a $30
Look
magazine.
At this.
It's probably got 30 patterns in it.
At least. No, definitely. I would say close to 30.
Maybe 20.
There's a lot, and they're all garment pattern. Like, they're gorgeous patterns that would cost you way more in just purchasing patterns.
Exactly.
And you get the articles, and you get the interviews, and the beautiful photograph.
It's beautiful.
Go buy it.
I know.
You won't regret
I
it.
wish I could rationalize getting all the magazines.
Me
because
too.
I love them all.
They inspire. Oh my!
Is that a sweater?
There's something so straight from the Knitworks. Worn as a jacket or a shawl, sometimes even as a blanket.
What's it made out of?
Today she buttoned it up into sleeves and wondered how the simplest things always brought the most pleasure.
Look at this. What weight yarn is that?
I don't know. We're gonna find out though. Can you guys see that?
Crazy birds out there.
Oh my!
That is gorgeous. I just did a flip through. I thought I saw all the sweaters, but I don't think I saw.
That's what I mean. It is so. And then remember this one. It is so chock full. And like, oh my god, It's just stunning.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a work of art.
It really is. It's a book. I don't even consider this a magazine.
No, it's a book, and it's full color. To print a magazine like this has got to be outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
But they probably do a very high volume, which that helps.
Totally.
That helps.
Look at this t-shirt.
T-shirts are so in right now.
They're so in, and I love that because I always felt like knitting had a season and it was always fall and winter. I don't feel that way at all anymore. Like the fact that I'm wearing knits right now.
Yeah.
I want to find
That's how I feel about the Navelli.
Totally. I need to make that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to find the article. Susan Crawford.
I don't think I even saw the article.
There was like an interview with somebody that was very well known in here, and I need to. You can keep.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
Actually, I forgot I was showing about the shift. Anyway, just purchase it. You won't regret it.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm going to be knitting the shift cowl. How did we get onto Lane magazine?
Because we talked about the Rhinebeck sweater.
We wanted the sweater, and I do think I am going to knit Grace Denise's pattern. So
yeah, you need to.
Yes, I do.
It's you.
I think so too. I think it'd be super cute as a Rhinebeck sweater. But we digress. I'm going to be knitting the shift, which is the cowl by Andrea Mowry. I had posted a question on Instagram asking to help me pick my color palette, and I showed 3 different choices. It was almost an exact third for each.
Well, because I really think all 3 choices were good. It would be personal taste at that point.
Totally.
Is how I felt about it.
So when I saw that it was evenly split and that there was no, by a landslide winner, I said, you know what, I have to go with my gut and what I first thought I wanted to knit it out of. Excuse me. So I'm going to be making it out of Hydrangea, Tuxedo, and Espresso. So Espresso and Hydrangea are our 2 new colors, the ones that I was begging Mom for. They're perfection.
I'm so happy with them because I think the reason I was holding back is I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do it.
Totally.
What was I going to do?
Totally.
And then it all came together.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous. So, and I also do think what I was saying earlier, if you caught our little side conversation, I think my next Soldotna is going to be out of these colors plus 1 more. I'm thinking maybe Cuppa or...
Oh, you know what I'm thinking for there? One of a kind. To puppet.
Oh, the yellow.
You do the yellow.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. So I have another Soldotna in my foresight, the shift. Although somebody did message me today on Instagram and recommended throwing a speckled skein in to help the knit not feel so mundane. I guess it's a very repetitive pattern.
Which, in that case, you could do Bluebells if you make that decision.
Instead of Hydrangea?
Yes. Because it's similar, but it's then... That would be, you could decide, but I didn't bring any with me.
Well, I have some left over, but I don't have a full skein.
Oh, that's not, I thought that was DK too.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm still, DK.
I think I'm going to do this. If I change my mind, then I change my mind. But for right now, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Let's talk about your new venture.
Yes. So I just opened up 2 weeks ago. Was it 2? No, not even 2.
Not even, I don't think.
Just over a week ago, I opened up a Patreon account. It's called Chelsea Makes. I'll put all the information down in the down bar. I do a weekly vlog for my $10 subscribers. I have a private Instagram account where we have live chats, and I post detailed posts about makes. I post questions and we hold conversations. Yeah, I do letters on Fridays for all of my subscribers, just telling you about my favorite making moment of the week. It's really kind of it's very much behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. It's so, I love it because I get to see more of you that day.
Yeah.
Is that really bad?
No.
I do. I get to see more of you that day. I love the Instagram feed that is only for Patreons. Because it is something you want to control. That's not, like you don't, not that you're putting anything but we're pretty private in that sense.
Totally.
And that gives you a little peek in. It's I love it.
Yeah, and it's not just behind the scenes with my making, it's a lot of behind the scenes with my making. It's a little less formal than my Chelsea Knits account. It's more, you see more family time, you see more extracurriculars, you see the live chat, I've only done one so far because it's only been
You're
a
gonna
week.
love that.
We do them on Friday mornings whenever Lily goes down for her nap. And the first one, we had so many technical difficulties. It was such like a comedy of errors, but by the end, it was a great conversation. We talked a lot about embroidery that day. It's just really fun. I feel like it's the community that is being cultivated through this channel.
That's what it feels like.
So cool.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It does feel that way, and it's not taking away from what we do here at all.
No, it's expanding it.
It's expanding it, and it's more intimate, in a sense.
Well,
it's beautifully done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the real driving force behind it was we know that we only get to podcast once, maybe twice a month. And I wanted to be more consistent than that. I thought I had the time. I have the time on my hands at this point to be able to expand that.
Well, it's also part of your work day.
Definitely.
Like that is the piece. It's almost like it's an extension of your work day. So it's almost like a new project in your work day.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's super cool.
I'm having a great time doing
Chipmunk. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Darn it.
We only have one, and he's always just around.
We don't have any.
That's good. Yeah. You definitely do.
We'll talk about why you don't
have
have
any. So yes, if you're interested in joining our Patreon community, you can head down to the link in the down bar. They are so fast.
So fast. That's why I don't like them.
You can either have a $3, a $5, or a $10 contribution to become a part of the community. A couple of people messaged me because when you open up the overview of the Patreon account, it shows the cumulative total that we've started earning a month. And it was like something like $300. And they were like, I'm so sorry, I can't afford to support you for $300 a month. And I forget exactly who it was, but I was like, oh my goodness, no. So yes, do not be deterred by the number that you see at the top of the overview.
Imagine? You can see this.
The content, can you imagine if someone was like, yeah, I can do it.
Can you imagine
I'll do
the pressure on you? If
$300 a month.
No.
So anyway, yes, do not be deterred by that number. It is only a $3, $5, or $10 contribution to become a member of this Patreon community.
It's super exciting. We've talked about it for a long time.
We have.
You've talked about it for a really long time, and the time was right, finally.
Totally.
It really was one of those, time was right, which is so interesting because after this we're going to do a short clip.
I was just going to say, this is a perfect segue.
Yeah, a short clip on how we
started our business.
How we started.
Yeah.
And that speaks to so much of our business model. And we don't have a business, we never had a business plan, but I think we've always had a business model.
Totally.
So yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that for our Patreons, or I always say patrons, it's for our patrons. Over on Patreon, we're going to be doing a behind the scenes video right when we log off with you guys to talk about how we started our business, why we started our business, what led us in the direction that we went in, and that kind of fun stuff. So it'll be a fun conversation.
It's so ironic because lately I have been thinking so much about that because it was such a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Without we're not giving anything away. We've had these conversations, and it's been on my mind that it's a really powerful story.
It's a powerful message to get out because we'll talk more in depth, but it's
not the norm.
It's not the norm, and it's also very empowering to hear because anybody can do it.
Yes.
Anybody can do it. So
sorry, we don't mean to tease.
No, but we want to let you know what we're offering over there so that at least you have a little more information.
You have an option if you'd like.
Yeah, if you're deciding between, do I become a member, don't I become a member? This at least gives you a feel for what we offer and what we're going to be providing as we grow. So
yes, should we talk very quickly because I brought all these colorways with me because I have been so excited about the birds of the feather leading to the Elton, and I can't that's all I want to do is do mohair and cozy toes.
I can't wait until the day that I have the mental space to do. I think an Elton is what I'm going to do.
I think you would look amazing in an Elton.
I think I would live in it.
Yeah, so we're not going to go into great detail, but I just picked a few super quick combinations. And again, you just email us and we get you pictures if you want to see it more up close and personal. But I had so much fun doing this.
I can tell.
So much
she came
fun.
with a huge grocery bag.
Okay, so these are some thoughts. This is Winterfell which there's a limited amount of Winterfell, but it's there.
Yeah, we re-released it for the final season of Game of
And
Thrones.
honestly, if it's all gone, I'll do more because it's one of my favorite colorways. So it's Winterfell and
Cotton Candy.
Cotton Candy, I do remember the name.
Yeah.
Cotton Candy, and again, there's more than one choice here. That is Peaches and Cream and Macaroon, which is the color in my Navelli.
And Peaches and Cream, a lot of people email us about it in the Mohair because Tracy knit her Birds of a Feather with our Peaches and Cream Mohair. So it's very popular. Tracy from the grocery store.
She did. And then, again, this, I never know Beetlejuice. Tea for Two and Beetlejuice are so close yet so different.
Tiptoe.
That's what I meant.
I was going to say Tea for Two is
Tiptoe. Tiptoe. But one has a grayer base and one has a creamier base. But again, there's so many. Pop Fizzle.
That's one of my favorite.
This is one of my favorites. And that goes for both of them.
If you want to go bold, that's a
lime
great.
green. Like, oh, there's so
Can
many.
you, oh my God, can you imagine an Elton where this is the cozy toe stripe all the way through, but then you alternate?
No.
It'd be so cute.
So cute. And then, of course, we have our blue mohair with our pocket full of posies. I never can remember the name. Lagoon.
Yeah.
Lagoon with Kirk.
Yeah,
But
you've had your eye on that for an Elton for a long time.
And you know what? I think Jen bought this for an Elton.
You're right. I think you're right.
I think she did. So Jen, if you've done it, send me a picture.
I feel like she posts pretty regularly.
She does. She does. This one I cannot cast on an Elton.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And then our Sprout, which I love.
Which I even think Lagoon.
Yeah, Lagoon. Oh, I like that better.
Me too. I
Lagoon.
like Lagoon better with
Lagoon.
Sprout.
Oh, there's so many. And even this one lately. Antique Lace and Buttercream.
Antique Lace is probably one of my all-time favorites.
I love Antique Lace.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would be it would be an Elton.
I was going to say that might be
But
my
even
Elton.
a Birds of a Feather.
I know.
I love them. So yeah, so it's just kind of like a smattering. Then of course we always have Grey Gardens.
Which could go with any of these colors.
Any of them. But Elephant Ears and Grey Gardens, super pretty. So yeah, so
just a little inspiration for you.
Yeah, I did bring my stitching, but we're gonna run out of time with Lily sleeping. And Grammy's gotta get home.
Yeah,
Thank you for all the good suggestions on the falling asleep.
Oh, in the car, yes.
The Royal School of Needlework comments.
So many comments and emails. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I have to start researching it. I'm convinced that as long as all the suggestions on the Royal School of Needlework, I'm so excited. The only thing I'm finding when I was online, and I'm going to do closer research and closer date checks. A lot of the classes were 3-day classes during that time, which is fine. The bottom line is, I think my decision has been, if a class works, I'm there, no question. Otherwise, we are just going.
Totally.
To see like a tour, which would be torturous for me. But I'm hoping there is a class. I really want to do a gold work class. That's really what I want to do. But I also really started doing some research. They have online classes and they come with all the kits. And if I can't get a gold work class in, I'm going to do a gold work online class. But I'm really mad at myself because Gary, Parr, why do I want to call him Gary Parr? It might be right. A Fiber Talk, he had a coupon code.
Is it expired now?
Because they've been on his show where people have talked about it. They provided a coupon code. I'm so mad.
You never know. It might present itself again.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world. They're pricey, but again,
once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I just feel like
if you can do it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at that point that if I can, why not?
Totally. I think it's a good philosophy in life.
That's that.
In general.
Yeah. Last thing, day 9 of no sugar.
Yeah, Mom quit sugar, which is
Feeling
amazing.
Super good.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
I am feeling really good. I'm just a little hungry. And my go-to would have been like a cookie.
Right. Oh, I mean.
Having said that though, I'm not craving a cookie.
Which is good.
I
It's
know.
more just like retraining your thoughts now at this point.
Exactly.
It's not the...
powering through. Like
Right.
just saying, nope.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you always have a really good way. You focus on fruit.
I do focus on fruit, which
good.
some people wouldn't allow themselves to fruit, but I don't care. That's something I want.
And it's not processed sugar.
Yes.
That to me is the biggest difference. If it's
Yes.
not processed, if it comes from nature, if I can grow it,
Yes.
I will put it in my body and not feel bad about it.
Yes.
And I think that's the case with fruit.
Yes. And again, I'm not on a diet. I'm just not eating sugar. Is how I
Totally.
look at it. She's trying to move. All right, guys, we got to go.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. We're so glad to be together again.
Yes.
We're going to see each other. The next one might be a little tough because you have a wedding.
Yeah, it might. But again,
Might be the one after.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
could be the one. But so it might be 2 or 3 weeks. But again, I will be doing an episode of Chelsea Makes every week.
Yes.
So if you are
Yes.
you like to follow a podcast week by week, head on over there and join us. We'd love to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this podcast, please head down and give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It'll help us gain exposure on YouTube to other makers looking for entertainment. And as always, we just love spending time with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And like we always say, needles out.
Bye, guys. Bye.